Yeah. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh. Ba'asham. Yahweh Shai. Ba'asham. Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. The elder apostles in Connecticut, to the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father, and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Ram Yahawada with the lesson. And yeah, this is Fox News. And it says 6 Dems supporting billionaires. Biden didn't mention while calling out political oligarchy, right? I mean, he ain't gonna do it any because they're just presidents are just puppets, man. This is all a game, and this is just a what you call it, uh, throw fuel to the fire, man. Putting more, wood, stubble, whatever whatever it takes to keep everything burning, right? It's gonna infuriate the people, right? Because when you as you can see, things is gonna take a drastic change. So he said, President Biden warns Americans of an ultra wealthy oligarch taking shape, which it's taking shape. It's been here. It's been there. The rich has always been getting richer, and the poor has always been getting poorer. So he's not saying anything new, but he's telling you definitely something is about to change. The whole middle class, the whole point of you being able to be um, upper middle class, and then the class that's just kind of getting by, but not quite homeless or poor yet. He basically all that's about to get wiped out. Especially what he's saying. I'm warning you, ain't gonna be any of that, right? Because they got to do. They have to. They have to rebuild. The Lord said that He will throw down, but they will rebuild. And and and, and instead of you know, their sentiments is they're not waiting for the Lord to throw them down. They're just gonna start rebuilding, right? They got these 15-minute cities, right? Okay, corral you, basically put you in concentration camps, and then make you so-called feel at ease to be in prison, right? Because you can go to the gym still, you can, you can, you know, you'll be able to walk some, down the way and come back, and but you can only stay within that 15-minute city. So you have some type of so-called freedom, but not freedom, you know. Um, you basically be a prisoner, I guess, whether you know it or not. But these are the things that's coming down the way to act, to put those things into action. Yes, taking shape that is presenting presenting a danger to the country, but did not mention in his farewell speech Wednesday night the numerous billionaires that have supported his campaign in recent years, right? Of course not, right? They're helping them. They're helping them pay the bills, man. They helping them. They helped him. He's not going to mention that, you know. Yeah, yeah. Basically, yeah. It says Biden spoke about the dangers of concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra wealthy people. Right? Must be talking about the elite, right? The you wish, right? It must be letting you probably letting you know who's coming in to be your lord, right? Right? Because the elite's probably tired of hiding. You know, once they get everything locked down, they can probably come out. They don't gotta hide no more. Hey, yeah, yeah. By the way, we the one who been running this whole shit the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I mean, he's probably heralding, right? You know, we herald Yahweh Shai, right? Yahweh Shai's coming, but he's heralding the probably the elite. You know, now they don't gotta hide in the shadows no more. Now they can just say, hey, there is an Illuminati, or there was an Illuminati. We the one who been running this. We the one who control everything. Y'all gotta shut the f up and and swallow this pill, no matter how big it is, and no matter if it's nasty. You just gotta swallow it, right? Nothing else you could do, right? Because that's basically what he's saying. You're the goddamn president. Well, why ain't you doing something about it, right? You tax the mess out of the poor people, right? But hey, because you were supposed to be the ones who set up the thing that's so called even under Obama, right? And then this guy was just Obama's vice president. You were supposed to come in and tax the rich. So how is this even possibly happening, right? But yeah, very few ultra wealthy, not even rich. They said wealthy people, and said an oligarchy, right? Yeah, it's taking shape, right? We're talking about them elites, man. Them the you wish, man. Them small hats in America of extremely wealthy, powerful, and influence that like like literally threatens our entire democracy. Woo, hoo, hoo. Hey, man. Oh yeah, you talking about the WHO too, right? Right? They signed over all that basically the power over to the WHO, right? Yeah, see, yeah, the elite's gonna have to they gonna come out the shadows, right? That's what it says. That literally threatens our entire because there ain't no democracy. There's no more democracy. They signed over. There's no more what is it, Bill of Rights or whatever you want to call it, because they already signed it over. Our basic rights and free right. Exactly. God dang, I didn't even. Yeah, see, yeah. Our basic rights and freedoms are and basic rights and freedoms and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead. Oh, right, right. That's all gone. He said, "Hey, this is gone, bro." That's what he's warning everybody. He's telling you, "Hey, it's finished. America, you know, the world as you know it is done. It's done, right?" Because they're talking about 2025 is when they're gonna hire. They're gonna bring in um, more AIs, and they're gonna bring in more foreign workers, right? Right. This is business intelligence AI, right? So it says, and this is AI in itself. AI overview, right? This is AI giving you this information, right? AI overview. It says in 2025, companies are expecting to widely use artificial intelligence, AI, across vast aspects of their operations, including customer service, automotive, data analysts for informed decision making, right? The informed decision making pro- process, process, optimizing personalized marketing, enhanced security systems, right? And even AI agents. Ooh, I'm gonna have agents, AI agents to handle complex tasks. Or they're gonna actually have one like one that look like a person to come up and talk to you or something. May I ask you how can I help you with this task? I guess you know they've been working on this for years. Right? It says and customer interactions. Right? It says yeah, customer interactions essentially making AI a core component of modern business practices. Which basically saying, hey, look, we want to take the entire company and pretty much make it all AI, right? Yeah, so this is CBS News, right? Fair use, not making any money, not doing anything, uh, you know, anything strange or anything, not making, you know, um, just for educational purposes only, you know. Yeah, so yes, CBS News, fair use, not making any money at all. All right, says this H-1B visas power the tech industry, but experts say that not necessarily because of the of a talent grab, right? Because they're basically grabbing the most talented people from other countries, not from United States, and bringing them here and giving them jobs, right? Right. So this is it says Elon Musk sparked fiery online debate recently when the billionaire, right? It must be those billionaires he's talking about, right? That Biden's talking about. The billionaire said on social media that the U.S. lacks enough top engineers, pointing to immigration, right? Right, because this whole thing's been about immigration on Trump's side, build the wall. But he's saying no, just fly him in because they're they're they're, they're the top uh 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 you know engineer somewhere, right, in another country, right, because they actually educate actually educate their people in other places, but they don't educate you here, and now they're about to make you pay for not being educated right. So now they're saying, hey, no, we need to bring in these uh, immigrants, right? They lack top engineers, pointing to immigration as the solution to what he characterized as a dearth, which basically means lack, right? Right, like a lack or a drought, right? Right, of technical experts. So he's saying there's a lack of or a drought of actual technical experts. So he needs to go over and bring people from, because I know India has a lot of tech experts. China, India, I can't think of, but I know India for sure, right? I have a lot of tech experts, all these different places. And then, as you notice, every time you call somewhere, it's somebody with a fucking Indian accent that you can't understand them, you know? And that's what they're talking about doing, just bringing them in. Right? So it must be these billionaires that he's talking about that's going to shape the country up different. Yeah, he's continue on to go down. It says there is a dire shortage of extremely talented, right? See, saying you Americans, you're not talented, you're very stupid, you're not talented. And motivated, and you're not motivated. Americans are lazy, which that is quite true. Engineers in America must post it on his social media platform X. Yeah, wow. See what I mean? You just posted it. Hey, you're nothing, you know. But this must be the billionaire that he's talking about. These billionaires, not just him. It's probably some other companies that's going to come in and remove and put most of their things into AI, and then the other rest where people could go. You go, okay, well then I guess there's a couple of jobs that people could be in. Okay, yeah, there are, but these people are going to be tech people from other countries, right? And from immigrating them over to the country, you know. Which I guess in this case they'll be more legal than the ones just coming across the border without any papers. This will be them saying, "Hey, I'm offering you a job." So I guess that makes it more legal. I guess, right? So they've been given a visa, right? All that stuff, and technically that's how America's always did it. You give a foreigner a visa, and that person's here legally until their visa run out. But if they're coming to do the job, they're probably constantly gonna renew their visa, or it'll just be just that. I don't know. That I mean I don't know if their visa runs out, right? Then you have to hope that you're super good at tech or whatever in order to overshadow someone from another country. In order for you to get in to get a job, you have to be super extremely smart. But he says comparing tech companies to pro sports team, yeah, pro pro sports team scouting players. If we force the world's best talent to play for the other side, America will lose. Hey, well, we're losing anyway. You're losing anyway if you have this miseducation population, and because those people don't pay taxes to this place. The people who's here paid taxes, and then you sent the tax money over to goddamn Ukraine and over to Israel. So when do the American people actually benefit off of what they put in? Normally, when you put in something, you're putting in money for a return. But it's kind of like that the insurance company that they could just drop you off, and then so this is your new America, right? Yeah. So this is Ecclesiasticus, right, which is an apocrypha, which is canon, right? It's very valuable and valid to the Bible, right? So it says, "My son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait long." See, and that's what they're basically doing. They're saying, "Hey, look, you're gonna have to wait longer to achieve the so-called American dream, which obviously you're never going to achieve." They're going to bring in an AI, right? And they're bringing in basically immigrants, right, to take your jobs, right? It says, "Make not an hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress." And ultimately, that's basically what Biden was doing. It's his so-called farewell speech, and he's provoking you. He said, "Hey, yeah, by the way, hey, this shit has been all a scam," without saying that this whole thing is a sham, and now all these billionaires are gonna shape up the country, and everything's gonna be different, you know. But basically, that's like basically provoking you, man, mocking you in a sense, right? It says, "And add not more trouble to an heart that is vexed." So basically, this country is already in financial decay, right? It's already morally broken down. You know, um, adulteries, murders, killings, all sorts of things happen here in America, Babylon the Great. The youngest country, the smallest country, and you have the most amount of prisons, and you have the most amount of people in prison, right? Right? You have the most amount of people in prison. You have the most amount of people in hospitals by comparison to other places, right? So there's basically a distress here in America, right? Says and there's trouble, right? And add not more trouble to an heart, right? Heart going into the word la'ab in the Hebrew, which means mind. So that people are worried, and it's gonna worry more, put more worry upon people. Yeah, because you already have an um, uncertainty of future basically already here in America. So it brings more worry. It's vexed and bringing trouble to their heart that is vexed, and it says, "Defer not to give to him that is in need," right? And they're not trying to give to you that's in need, and if they do, it's something that's going to bind you to them, that's going to make you their slave, right? Right? Basically, they're planning on giving you what the universal basic income, right? I think it's $2,500 a month or whatever it is. If that, why these people are freaking trillionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, multi-zillionaires, right? And and it's more than enough money to go around, but then they don't want you to have it. They want you to be barely on the cusp of barely making it, so that you have to depend on them, right? And that in itself is vexing. It says, yeah, but they're supposed to give to them that are at need. But these people are these are the rich. These are the wealthy. Not even rich, they're wealthy. Reject not the 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 supplications, right? The supplies, right? To get the supply chain, and they're getting ready to reject the supply chain. Oh, you know what? By the way, there's a war over there the Middle East, so it's hurting the supply chain. So we have less goods, so um, we can't play the supply chain workers, right? The ones who work on those loading docks and all that stuff. We don't want to pay y'all. We're gonna bring in the AI, and we'll have AI bring it. Since you guys want to, what is? Because they said they wanted to boycott. Well, you could boycott and just go home. We're gonna bring in the AI, and the AI is gonna unload and load without any complaints, because it's just a computer, right? It says reject not the supplications of the afflicted, neither return neither turn away thy face from the poor man, right? And that's ultimately what these elites are doing, and that's what Biden is doing. And then he's like rubbing your face in it. Hey, well, by the way, there's these people that's gonna come in and shape up the country, and it's gonna be way different. And there's a danger to this oligarchy, but not a danger to you, because you now. I bet I best believe this guy is probably a billionaire now. That's why he's not. That's why he's not tripping, right? Because every president comes out of the presidency seat richer than when he went in, right? No one ever really looks into that, right? All of them came out richer. Bill Clinton, I think his wife had money, but he wasn't from money, but he got money now. you know, Obama got plenty of money, right? That's why they could sit next to each other and just laugh, because they took all the money from the American people, right? What was I at? I'll just say it again. 4, Ecclesiastes 4:4 says, "Reject not the supplications of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from a poor man." That's where I was at. Okay, that makes sense. It says, "Turn not away thy eyes from the needy, and give him none occasion to curse thee." And that's ultimately what's about to happen, man. The whole because no, we're the only ones really out there cursing them. No, and we're talking about actual really cursing them, not talking about saying "f you" and this and that and saying little what they call curse words. We're actually cursing them, right? You know what I'm saying? Right? We send up curses. I mean, we send up curses against Esau, man, against Babylon the Great, right? But these people are gonna curse them in a way, uh, um, different, But they're gonna curse them. They're gonna, hey, you effing da, 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 blah 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 blah. They're gonna do all the you know, whatever comes to mind when you're upset and you're vexed in your heart, right? Your mind. You're gonna be mad that these people are just rich and doing their thing, ruling over you, right? Without a care. And now people are gonna be rioting, doing all sorts of different things because of the people settling for the status quo, right? As long as it's not affecting you, but now it's about to affect you, and now you're going to be into the cursing. Now you're going to say, "Oh, this country. Oh, I gave my whole life to this." Yeah. The soldiers, the military. You gave your life to a thing to so-called defend freedom, but you were never defending freedom, right? You were only defending the elite who's going to come in and basically take charge and shape up the country. These billionaires, what he said, billionaires going to shape up, and basically that means wiping out the middle class, wiping out. So it's only going to be two classes: the rich and the poor, and those who follow the order, those who get the charagma, the karax, and grapho, right? Swipe their hand, right, in order to buy and sell, or their foreheads, right? Elon Musk, right? Using the forehead, using the brain, micro C hip to buy and sell, to to be in society, like what he did, put it into his social media society, right? Yeah. So this is Second Esdras chapter 3, verse 33, and it says, and yet their reward appeareth not, right, and their labor haveth no fruit. So you guys, you've been working and paying your taxes and doing all these things, putting forth your labor, and now your labor is about to have no fruit at all. They're about to bring in these immigrants. They're about to push forth this AI system, and you did all this being a great American citizen, paying your taxes on time, obeying the laws, right? Obeying the laws of the land. Thinking if you just play by the rules, everything will be okay, right? And even those who didn't play by the rules, at the end of the day, that whole criminal lifestyle is going to be out the window. How are you going to sell drugs? It's going to be a 24-hour GPS upon you once the charagma takes place. Or matter of fact, they already actually, um, it's not the the one that's in you right yet, but to put it on your which to call the digital ID, which will track your every business and exchange from your bank, because they just told was it Ethiopia that it's mandatory that they get the digital ID and to attach it to their banks. That every citizen must have it. So that means whatever comes out of your account, they know exactly where it's going, right? And that's even before them actually putting it within the hand, right? Either right hand or left hand, because I know in Europe they do the left hand, and here they do the right hand. In America, Babylon the Great, they do the right hand. So to play the game on, well, if it's in my left hand or if it's my, well, maybe that's not the, no. Europe, they do the left hand. America, they do the right hand, which proves that when John the Revelator, or John the Apostle, right, seen Babylon the Great, that's what his vision was about, right? Which that's the great deliverance here in Babylon the Great, right? So it says, yeah, yeah, you did it says, and yet they rewarded appeareth not, and their labors have no fruit, right? Yeah, did a lot of labor in here in America, right? Babylon the Great, right? Spiritually Sodom, spiritually Egypt, thinking everything was good. For I have gone here and through there and there through. So like I have gone here and there through the heathen, right? Which is Esau, Edom, right? And all the other heathen, China, right? They getting filthy rich, right? Beating on the poor, right? So there had to be Israelites there too in China, because Israel's everywhere, right? But the Lord said He's gonna go through the heathen, and I see that they flow in wealth, right? So that's the thing that's happening, man. That's what He's saying. It's gonna be a shaping up of the country through these billionaires, through this wealthy oligarchy, and it's gonna change everything. Well, that's the big change. AI and basically immigrants from other countries saying that you guys lack the intelligence that they didn't give you, right? Their thing wasn't pushing truly for tech, When you go into these other countries, these kids learn tech from the time that they were young. You're talking 5, 6, 7 years old, right? They're able to really actually break down a computer, build it up, everything, right? All the way into the time that they're adults. In this place, they taught you just A B C, just some BS, man. You know, here's take this shape and put it into where the other shapes is at. Here's this color, and hey, man, that's about the extent of the knowledge that you have here. So he's like, hey, look, there ain't no great engineers here. When we had to go abroad, bring them here, and they're trying to sell you like this is going to help the country. Well, how is that? If these people get their money and send their money home like every other immigrant does, they always make money here and send their money elsewhere. How is that going to help America? That's not. It's going to help you as a billionaire, right? Because you flow in wealth and think not upon thy commandments, right? They don't think upon the commandments of the Most High, because the Most High said, do not do that to the poor, right? We just read the chapter before when it said you're not supposed to inflict more trouble to a man that's poor, to a man that's hungry, to a man that needs supplications, right? Which part of supplication is supplies, a job, right? A man needs to work. A man needs to have a job, right? It says weigh thus therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and theirs also that dwell in the world, right? And so shall thy name no more. And there and wait, it's like you in the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel, right? Amongst the elect, man. So hey, the Lord is about to judge this place, man. He's gonna weigh our iniquity compared to your iniquity, and hey, there's no other name under heaven where you must be saved. And so we're showing forth that faith, that trust, that belief, that understanding, and the patience, right? And calling upon that name, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakadash. Amen. And the Lord's coming to deliver the elect, while the rest of you're going to be trusting in this system. You're going to get angry at your government, right? Yeah, so it says Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 16, for there shall be sedition, right? See, that's ultimately what's coming, man. Sedition amongst men and invading one another, right? And that's ultimately what's coming, man. That's what they're saying. Hey, look, we don't give a damn about you. We're gonna bring in these foreigners. We're gonna push forth this AI, and we're gonna let you have at it. We know you're gonna get mad, but hey, we plan on killing a lot of you off anyway. So it's better you just do it to yourselves, right? Because hey, that's always been their sentiments, right? Matter of fact, let's get that. Yeah. So this is Psalms 119 and 95. It says, and the wicked have waited for me to destroy me, but I will consider thy testimonies, right? And that's for the elect. The elect is considering the testimonies that what is said in the Bible is true and faithful. What it said, the Lord said it is faithful and true, right? So we're trusting in Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, right? We're not trusting in anybody else or anything else, not in our own vain opinions or our thoughts, or doubts of ourselves or anything else, right? So let's look up that word wicked. And wicked goes into the definition. It says wicked, criminal, right? See the criminal is these elites, these billionaires, these trillionaires. They're the criminals going into the Rothschild, which means red shield, but goes into the word criminal, right? Because going back into them, because they're the criminal of the world, and that the Lord is letting you know. The criminal goes back into the word crimson, which means red, which means, the thing that they talk about crime being caught red-handed, which goes into the word crimson, which is the word crime or criminal. So that's the wicked, the Rothschilds, right? These elites, these all these different Bergs, Bilderbergs, Sandbergs, whatever Bergs, all these small hatters, right? Right, these international bankers, right? They're the criminals. They're the crimson. They're the criminals, right? The wicked, right? These billionaires, guilty ones, one guilty of crime, right? Wicked, hostile to the power, right? Hostile to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? And he's gonna show you his hostility by what? Allowing you to have sedition, right, amongst men fighting one another, and then what? Coming out, uh, to so-called control everything, order out of chaos, right? Order out of chaos, which means chaos, right? So it's going to allow a lot of chaotic things to happen. And he's going to come in and say, wait. Let us control this. And now let's let everything simmer down. And let's give what were they saying even through the CV19? He said, we're going to give you, it's the new, uh, uh, normal, right? The new normal. And that's what they're going to give you. You know what I'm saying? A, a sense of normality, but it's going to be the new normal. 15-minute cities. You can't go anywhere besides that city. You can only you could buy with your hand or your forehead, and maybe before that they might just put it on your phone, right? Which because they already doing that within Ethiopia. They made it mandatory that every citizen in Ethiopia, and they have a year, they have by 2026 for everybody to switch everything over into the digital ID, which that digital ID must connect with their bank, right? So, yeah, wicked, guilty of sin against the power of the Most High, Yahweh, or men, right? See? And that's what that's the ultimate thing that they're getting ready to do against the Most High and men, right? It don't mean or, but it should say and men. But yeah, it says the wicked, right? Now the wicked is the crimson, the crime, the criminal, the billionaires, right? The trillionaires hope for me to destroy me. So they're hoping for you to go out there and fight. They're hoping for the race wars. They want you to say, hey, look at that. Inward. Let's get them. Right? They're looking for you to do the things that you're doing, man. Like, a lot of you good old boys are already so-called hanging those inwards secretly. So, which is it's going to be the cause and effect of your own demise, right? It's waiting for you to destroy you, right? Waiting for me to destroy me. And this is what they did to us. The ghettos, the vadios, the reservations, put the gangs, the drugs, things they were waiting for us to destroy. But hey, the Lord, through the mercy of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man, the elect came out of these distressed places, man, right? And says, and perceive your testimony, man, that they be true, man. So get back right here, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition amongst men and invading one another. See, that's what they're waiting for that to happen. They shall not regard their kings, right? See, this is ultimately what's going to happen. And Oh, because look what Biden's saying. So now you're gonna be like what? The insurance companies dropping people. There's your king saying somebody else is finna take over. Uh, what happened to you being the king? What happened to you being the president? What happened to Trump being the president? Ain't Trump coming? Ain't they still gonna be a king on the throne, so to speak? No, he said, no. These other people coming in, these billionaires, and they're gonna shape the country. Which letting you know that these are your true leaders, man. The ones who actually run this thing, man. Which are these elites, the criminals, the wicked, right? All these international bankers, right? Which happens to be you wish, right? Coincidentally, right? Allegedly, right? It says it says invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, your so-called rulers, and the cause of their actions shall stand in their power. Saying that's in Biden's power. He's like, yeah, blah blah blah. And there's these other people. See, and it's within his power to do something, but he's not gonna he's the frustration of the people, right? Because why let these companies come in and push this AI system like this, bring in uh um immigrants to just basically cast you away, like as you're nothing, but you were never nothing to them. You mean nothing to them, right? They can look away. They can look at the poor and turn their face and say, hey, and it means nothing to them. They don't care about you being, because they don't follow the laws. It just we just read that they're hostile towards the power. So all those laws that I was reading to you about the poor and how you shouldn't turn from the poor and you shouldn't leave a man hungry and you should give him supplies and the things and not leave the needy. That don't apply to them, right? That don't apply to them because they're hostile towards the power. They're hostile towards Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and men, right? Says a man should desire to go into a city. See, now they're going to come in with that. Here's the order out of chaos. You're doing all that fighting, da da da. You're fighting against each other, woo woo woo, killing in race wars, right? Because you're mad at the N word, right? Even you tribes, right? You got a lot of those so-called Mexicans that still hate black people, right? Puerto Ricans too, right? You got a lot of Puerto Ricans that get down with so-called black people, but then you got a lot of them that don't. So that's that Ephraim and Manasseh shall still be against Judah in these last days, right? So it's gonna be a whole lot of killing on both sides. So so-called white people against so-called black people against themselves, against the so-called Mexicans, the Mexicans against the Mexicans. It's gonna be a whole lot of, and that's their hope. They hope for you to destroy yourself. So you think he give a damn? Do you think they give a damn? They're hoping you do that so they can come in. A man should desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And then they come in with the martial law, lock down everything. You're going to desire to go into another city. Hey, now, nope, nope. We're going to set this up. We have these 15-minute cities, and you can't leave this 15-minute city unless we say you can leave. Which I believe they were saying something about they're only going to give you 6 referrals. Like you have to get permission to go to another city. And you only get like 6 or 7 of them for the year, the entire year, right? This is because of their pride, right? The city shall be troubled, right? And this is everybody's trouble. Those Yaquab's trouble, Jacob's trouble, right? Yasha'Allah's trouble, but it's gonna be what? The whole world's trouble, right? Con. Yeah, it's going to be the whole world's trouble, right? The house shall be destroyed. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Hey, man, it's going to be a very fearful time. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, right? And the modern day sword is the gun or whatever they can get their hands upon, right? Bombs, grenades, uh, fire, right? Right? Esau's good for that. Let's smoke them out, right? Esau loves to do that, like to smoke them out. Totally different smoke them out than you Jakes are used to. They like to smoke you out, right? All right, this is what the the Palisades fires is about, smoking them out, right? So they could build their 15-minute cities, right? It says, yeah, with they're destroying their houses with sword and spoiling their goods, right? Taking what they have, any water, any drinks, any food, any canned goods, right? Hey, your women, right? Take your woman because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Hey, because matter of fact, you know who's going to be in great commodity in that time? Women that's lactating, that's in the breastfeeding time, right? Because when you can't go to stores and there's nothing for you to eat or things or drink, it will be a great commodity. A woman that's lactating, right? And it's gonna be dire necessary to give you some flax seeds or something like that to keep you lactating and to bring forth that milk. So that way, I mean, it's nasty because it's a different type of milk, but it's something. It's better than nothing, right? Right? Yeah. So this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High, which his name is Yahweh, right? To his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, hateth sinners, right? See, and that's that wicked, right? The wicked. The Lord hates them. They know that, but their whole thing is to be hostile towards the Most. He like, hey, the Lord hates me. That's his whole thing. The Lord hates me. Well, then, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and hate him. I'm gonna hate his people. I'm gonna hate everything, right? They hate life in itself, man. Look how they're polluting the world and doing all the things. They just hate everything except for having a lot of money, riches, and power, being able to just come in and just wreck your lives. That's what they like to do. Yeah, for the Most High hateth sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, right? That wicked, and keep them against the mighty day, right? Because they gotta have their bunkers. So the Lord is going to allow them to get to their bunkers when these ICBM missiles and this war really get to actually happening. Once they push forth the charagma, right? Once all these race wars and things, and then the pushing forth of the charagma, right? The micro C hip during the time of them saying, hey, we're going to have this martial law, and this is how we're going to control everything, right? Once that happens, right? World War III is going to happen, right? And or it might be simultaneously. It might all happen at around the same time or close to the same time. But I mean, because we don't really know, but we know the chip has to be fully implemented, man, on a full scale for a lot of this stuff to happen. But you know, says then keep them against the mighty day of their punishment, right? So the Lord, hey man, the Lord's gonna preserve them. They're gonna allow them to get into their bunkers and all that type of stuff, man. While they, so I mean, though they're doing all these different things, hey, they're not going to escape. Give unto the good and help not the sinner, right? And that's all you Americans ever been doing. You know, you believed in your whiteness, right? They allowed you to believe in your whiteness. It says a friend cannot be known in prosperity. See, you didn't know. You used to, hey, we're white, they're white, and yeah, F these so-called black people, right? And we're this and we're that, and get in the back of the bus, buddy. Right? You was loving that shit, right? And an enemy cannot and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. See? Like now your own counterparts, your own Edomite rulers. Hey, now adversity is about to come, and they're showing you, look, we're losing money, and you guys are not adequate. And basically, what he's saying. Look, we're losing money here in America, and you guys are not adequate enough to be engineers in tech. So we're gonna go call in these other people who's been learning tech since they were freaking 3, and we're gonna bring them in because they have the talent. Yeah, we taught you bullshit in your school system, so hey, we're finna outsource, and we're gonna bring in AI. So yeah, we can't even give you the little under jobs, the little BS jobs. We're gonna give that to the AI, right? So now you're gonna know in adversity. You're gonna know that your own government has been your enemy. That's what they said. Did you watch the movie with Will Smith, Enemy of the State? All of you are enemy of the state unless you get the charagma, and unless you just take your universal basic income, which they might change it. They may call it global income, right? Unless you take your universal or global income and sit down, you will have nothing and be happy. You eat bugs and lentils and be happy. That's the equivalent of your Edomite counterparts. That's what they said. All right. And Jake, you should have been known, but a lot of you you thought you had a friend too, right? I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat, right? Hey, man, better say you Yasha, better call on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? Why he may be found. Hey, yeah, because yeah, it says in the prosperity of a man of a man's enemies will be grieved, right? But in adversity, right? So that's what you about to see a great amount of adversity. Adversity, even a friend, right, will depart. And that's ultimately what your government is saying. That's what Biden's saying. Hey, look, this is your government departing from you, right? Because when Trump get in there is going to be no United States. That's basically what he's saying. This is the last time he sit behind his desk that there is even going to be a United States. It's ultimately what he was saying. That's his farewell speech. Farewell to the old America. Hello, new normal. So with all that, I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. To the apostles in Connecticut, to the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom, To the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom. To your sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. Hey, Abba Kwam Yasharala.